In this video, we're going to learn how to do a few operations that we learned on the calculator. So first, we're going to look at two examples from mini lesson 2, number 13 and 14, to see how to write an improper fraction as a mixed number or a mixed number as an improper fraction. So first, remember from the last video, to enter a fraction, we could use this n over d button. So it stands for numerator over denominator. And we type in the numbers 57, and when we need to move around, we're going to use these arrow keys. So I need to go down to the denominator. Notice the cursor moved, and now I'm going to move over. So now I have the fraction I want, but I wanted to change the calculator to change it to a mixed number. So if you look right here very closely, it says n over d. Then it has these two arrows and it says u n over d. So u n over d is how the calculator represents a mixed number, where the u is the whole number part and the n over d is the proper fraction part. Excuse me. We're starting with an improper fraction. So to get it to change this, since this is in green and it's above, you hit the second button and then you're going to hit this button. And notice it says arrow n over d. It's going to change it to a mixed number. Now you just hit enter, and this is the number as a mixed number, 5 and 2 11ths. Let's look at the next one. Now we have a mixed number, and we want to change it to an improper fraction. So to enter a mixed number, it's right above the fraction in green. So I'm going to hit second and the fraction button, and notice it has the 3 places for the 3 numbers in the mixed number. So I'm going to hit 8, and I'm going to use the arrow keys to move around. 8 and 1/5. Now I'm going to use the same button I used up here. Whatever you give it, it will give you the other form. So here we gave it an improper fraction, so it changed it to a mixed number. Here we're giving it a mixed number, and if we hit this button, it's going to change it to an improper fraction. And we get the result of 41 over 5. Let's look at one more type of problem. Say we want to simplify a fraction. So we learned to simplify fractions by canceling out common factors, but the calculator will do this for you as well. So I'm going to put n over d. So notice these both end with 5, so they're both divisible by at least 5. And now I'm just going to hit enter. Okay. Now notice it gave me a simplified fraction. If it ever gives you a decimal instead of a simplified fraction, this is my favorite button on the calculator right here. This changes from decimals to fractions or fractions back to decimals. So if I hit it once, it writes this as a decimal, and I'll hit it again, and it takes me back to a fraction. So in general, to simplify a fraction, enter the fraction you're given, hit enter. Okay. Let's do one more. How about 5 over 10? We're going to hit enter. It simplifies the fraction. If it gives you a decimal, just hit this button, and you can change back and forth between decimals and fractions.